Hi guys, it's me again. I know, almost back-to-back Instagram lives. What can I say? All right, I know. So I just talked to Joe Jonas. So sweet. His folks reached out to me and wanted me to do an interview with him, which I thought was such a compliment. And now we have another incredible person who I'm excited to talk to, and that's Rita Wilson, who is so talented but incredibly nice as well. One of the great ones. What can I say? And Rita said she wanted to spend a little time talking about some of her latest projects. Hi, Rita.
Hi, Katie.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Aren't these Instagram lives fun and funny and crazy? It's just, I get so many notifications now with everybody going live, but I think it's a fun way for people to be connected and to kind of build a community, don't you?
I love it. I mean, look, it's easy. It's a device in your hand. I remember being at Disneyland when I was a kid, and there was a watch where you could talk to somebody on your watch. So James Bondy, futuristic. Now look at what we're doing. It's crazy.
Isn't it crazy when you think about how far technology has come and how it's provided? I was saying to Joe Jonas, Rita, that I just talked to him. He's so sweet. Do you know him?
He
was at your table at the
yes.
breast cancer event.
Yes, they were at our benefit for the Women's Cancer Research Fund, and they're so great. They're so fun and so talented.
Right? And so sweet and normal and unpretentious and just relaxed. I was so impressed by him.
Yeah, same.
And I saw you, of course. I was at the next table for that great event. And gosh, that seems like so long ago, but I was so happy to be there and support the great work that organization does.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being there. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Well, you do so many wonderful things. And now you're, so tell me about this whole song. You did this rap when you and Tom were recovering in Australia, and it was amazing. Can I just say I was in awe of your rapping ability? Well, tell me where you came up with that idea, how you knew all the words to that, and what you're doing with it now. So a 3-part question, Rita.
Well, I would like to say that I can just look at any rap song and learn it immediately, but I don't have those learning skills. I actually had to learn hip hop array for a movie that I was doing called Boy Genius, and my character got to perform this song as part of a scene in a movie. And I just was like, oh my gosh, that would be really fun to do. But I also, that is one heck of a song. And so it took me a month to learn it. And it was like learning Shakespeare, but if you've never spoken English, because just everything about it was slang and rhythms and tempos and phrasing that was unlike anything I'd had any experience with. So I would learn it in like couplets, like 2 lines at a time. And then you'd kind of grab together maybe 4 or 5 lines. And if you made a mistake, that was it. It was like the train is off the tracks and you have to start from the beginning again. It was like, you could not, it was like you really had to know every single word. There was no way you couldn't. So,
well, you nailed it.
Well, and the reason I did it is because I thought after having the virus, I was kind of fuzzy and, couldn't really focus. And so I thought, I wonder if I still know Hip Hop Hooray. So I went to see if I still knew it, and I did most of it. And I thought, okay, well, this will be a good way to show people that I'm doing okay and that I feel better. And, that's really what inspired it. And I was really thrilled when Naughty by Nature liked it. It was like,
yeah. And well, he not only liked it, but then invited you to do a recording with them, which now you're using to raise money for frontline workers, right?
Yeah, it's for anybody in COVID. It's for Music Cares. So it's for people in the music industry who have suffered from COVID-19. So it's the Music Cares COVID-19 Relief Fund. And yeah, so anytime you stream it, that money goes into Music Cares, which is really great. You can also go to the YouTube channel on Naughty by Nature and donate directly, but it's really an amazing gesture, and we felt really, really good about being able to do that.
And it must be, is it also for people in the music industry who have lost jobs and who not only maybe have experienced the health, excuse me, the health consequences of COVID, but the financial consequences that have been brought to bear because of the pandemic?
Exactly. And Music Cares is an incredible organization, and they're taking care of their own. So yes, this is benefiting anybody in the music industry.
And we're not going to dwell on it. I sound like I'm sick, but I'm not everybody. But you're feeling 100% better, Rita, and Tom is feeling good, because I mean, you're the most beloved couple, I think, in this country, if not the world. And everybody, I think, was very, very concerned about you guys out of so much love. But you feel like you've put that behind you.
I think you can tell by what we've been doing and putting out there that we're all okay.
Good, good. And I guess it probably felt intrusive and invasive. On the other hand, I hope you felt how concerned and how loving people were towards you guys, and genuinely worried about you. So I'm glad you're feeling well. And you've got a new song that I love how you've made this incredible transition into your singing career, which, you know, I guess has been so fulfilling and exciting for you. What has it been like kind of moving from acting, which you still do, but really focusing on your music, Rita?
It's not so much I as a transition, I would say, as an integration of something that I always loved, and am now just bringing more to the forefront. Part of that is because I started songwriting, and once I started songwriting, it was just another way to tell stories that I love. Music.
Yeah.
My own, or stories of other people and things that I've observed, like Where's My Country Song was really
Right.
based on, it really was inspired by my mom and so many women like her that were homemakers and mothers, and they did these extraordinary things raising human beings, and sometimes didn't really get the appreciation or the spotlight that they should have gotten. And then I started thinking about women who are and always have been behind the scenes in our country, making our country run, from factories to agricultural workers to people in offices that we don't often see, but we making things happen. And it led me to the kind of reflection that sometimes in music, what I'm hearing is really about an idealized female, or, you know, like a bad bitch or something like that. And I wanted to explore writing from a point of view of someone that gets in a car and listens to her radio after a really hard day of work, and has almost like a meditation or a reflection on, well, why aren't they writing about me? You know, like, what song would that be like? And so that was the exploration, and the way that it kind of, the path that it took to become a song called Where's My Country.
And if you must love the songwriting process, because you know, you talk about it being meditative in a way, or is it hard, or you know, it must be challenging at times, but how do you go about writing a song? I'm fascinated by this because I like to write and I like music, and, you know, I know you collaborated with someone on this song, and can you just give us some insight into how it all works?
Yeah.
Give me your little master class on songwriting, Rita.
Where's My Country Song I wrote with Lee DeWise, and you probably interviewed him because he won American Idol in 2010, I believe it was. An amazing writer, an amazing singer. And the songwriting process when I first started it was so strange to me because it was so emotional and you had to open up so much that I described it as like you meet a complete, you fall instantly in love, you strip naked emotionally, you make beautiful you make beautiful intercourse, musical intercourse. Gorgeous song, baby. But it's also like it's like a storytelling process, and sometimes it starts with a song title, sometimes it starts with a theme or an idea you want to explore, and sometimes it starts with a piece of music that somebody is playing. I don't play an instrument, so I love, musicians and how unbelievably creative they are when it comes to, if I'm saying like in Where's My Country Song, this is the tone of the song. It has to be reflected. It has to be almost like a meditation, but it also has to be a song that you'd want to hear on the radio, but it has to feel painful in some ways. Like there's got to be a longing to it. And Lee started playing these chords and this sort of guitar. I was like, that's it. That's exactly what it should feel like. So then you take that and you build on that.
And then and when you write the lyrics, obviously this was inspired by your mom and something that you were observing, that you wanted to pay tribute to all these women. And it's kind of like writing poetry in a way, isn't it?
Yes, in a way it is. It's like I always just feel, and you probably know this from journalism, I want to tell the story and I want to get it right. And I will tell you what Nora Ephron told me when I was asked to write an essay for Harper's Bazaar many years ago. And I said, I don't know how to do this, Nora. And she said, well, I can do what all. I said, what is that?
Wait, you just froze, so you have to repeat that, Rita.
Okay. I will tell you what Nora Ephron told me about writing. She said, this is a thing all journalists know. I said, okay, what? Like all ears. And she said, tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them.
That's very good advice, I guess. I'll have to think about that.
But it's almost like a 3-act structure. It's like, here's what my story's about. Here's the details of that story. And here's the end of the story in resolution. That's the way I understood it. And then there's also Joan Didion, who said, and I always mangle this quote, but it's such a good one about writing. And I think this happens in the process. And it's something like this. But she said something like, how do I know what I'm thinking unless I'm writing about it? And I think sometimes the sheer act of writing is that connection between that allows a reflection to happen in the moment and to sort of form an opinion.
Yeah. Well, as somebody who's writing a book right now, that's very helpful for me, because sometimes it's difficult, and then you're full of self-doubt. I don't know about you, but when you write something or write a song, you always wonder, will people get it? Will it resonate? Will I make a connection with people artistically and emotionally, most importantly, right?
Yeah, but I think, Katie, when I write, or I hope that one person, just one person, is getting it. If one person gets it, it just means that I'm on the right track because somebody's getting it. And I try to stay out of the results, because if I were in the results, then you'd be thinking, why don't more women get played on the radio? And why don't more women get played on country radio? And how can I make that happen? And you can't really go there. You just have to do what your heart tells you to do, and people will find it. And
put it
you're
out in the world.
and you're you. Everybody's going to want to read about what you have to say.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. I have to ask you real quickly, Rita, before we go, because a lot of people ask me to ask questions.
Okay.
What was your inspiration for your song, Throw Me a Party?
Throw Me a Party was written with Christian Bush and Liz Rose and myself after I was about a year after having had breast cancer and bilateral mastectomy and reconstruction. And during that time, of reflection, before I knew that I was going to be okay, I had a series of discussions with my family and my husband about what I wanted if I should depart this earth for them. And I wanted to have a party. And I wanted to be able to have all my friends sing and dance and tell stories and laugh and have it be a celebration, because that's the way I live my life. And I want to be able to feel that that was something that I would want people to do after I'm gone. Thankfully, I'm going to be here for a damn long time.
Well, we're very happy about that, Rita. And anything you've learned during your time in quarantine, that's kind of a good question, because I think it's given people an opportunity to rethink their priorities and it's been a very difficult time for so many people, but it's also for people who have the joy of being bored. They're starting to think about the impact they have on other people's lives and what they're doing with their time. And I'm curious if you've had any epiphanies.
The question about time happened when I had breast cancer, because after that, you feel like time is limited and you want to spend every single moment of your life doing the best that you can possibly do and being the best that you can possibly be, and making sure that your choices about what you do and who you spend time with are really. So in quarantine, because now we're on something, I really have found that it's the essential things that really mean something always come down to the basics, and that has nothing to do with your job or anything, and that is love, and that is being with people you love and being with your family and prioritizing them in ways that I think we try to do anyways, but it's just an absolute underlining of that. And also that I read this quote the other day and I thought it was so good, and it was by a Greek called Socrates. And it was this: beware of the busyness, beware of the barrenness of a busy life. Because I think that we are all so busy doing that the act of reflection and taking time to reconnect not only with yourself and others, but to reflect is a luxury. So I hope that we don't lose that. I hope we don't lose the ability to reflect, whatever that is. Sometimes it's painful to go there, and sometimes through that pain you come out on the other side with a better way of looking at things.
I like that. Beware of the barrenness of a busy life, because so many of us, I think, wear busyness as a badge of courage or badge of honor. And we don't, I think it's like, why are we staying so busy? What are we afraid? What is it about stopping that makes us afraid? So I think that's a great way to.
It's alone with yourself. I think that's what's scary. Being alone with yourself, and that can be a tricky thing under normal circumstances. And then if you add quarantine to it, it can be a scary thing. So that sort of reflection and being honest with yourself can be frightening.
Yeah, I agree. Well, listen, give my love to Tom, and I'm so happy to talk to you. Congratulations on your new song, and thank you for raising money for Save the Music. Yes.
Music Cares COVID-19 Relief Fund.
Well, that was close. Music Cares COVID-19 Relief Fund. I know we were trying to get together with you and one of my favorite people, Nia Vardalis, but maybe another time when we're out on in California, we'd love to see you. And anyway, Rita, so great to see you, and lots of love. So fun. Okay, see you later. Bye. Bye.